the OAK back then.
Talbert. This is 08 22 05. Now let me see if I have this right.
Okay, go.
My name is Owen Brooks, and this is an interview with Mr. Bobby Talbert of Macomb. And this is an interview conducted for and behalf of Smith Robertson Museum here in Jackson. And Mr. Talbert, I'm going to, we appreciate you being here with us this morning. Do we have your permission to do this interview, sir?
You do?
Very good, sir. And I'm going to start off by asking you to give us some information about your background, where you were born, who your parents were, where you went to early school. So could you give us a little bit about your background?
Yes, I was born in Macomb, Mississippi. They have at the city hospital there. And I was raised in Fernwood, which is 3 miles south of Macomb.
Mhm.
And I went to Fernwood Elementary School and Fernwood High School up until the 11th grade. And then I attended J.P. Campbell High School here in Jackson.
Could I ask you about your parents, Mr. Talbot?
Yeah, my parents, they did labor work, you know.
What was your father's name, sir?
His name was Robert Talbert,
Okay.
and he had worked at this box factory for like 30-some years
The in Macomb?
in Fernwood.
Oh, in Fernwood.
Yeah. Only 2 blocks from work.
All right.
And after I got involved in the civil rights movement, they fired him.
But, okay. What was your mother's name, sir?
Lily Talbert.
Okay. And what year did you say you were born?
8 month, 22nd day of 41.
8/22/41. Okay. And your mother's name was Lily Talbot.
Yeah.
Okay. Was she from Macomb?
She was from Pike County, which is Fernwood. She was raised in Fernwood also.
All right.
And my daddy was raised in Fernwood too.
Okay. All right. Now, did you have sisters and brothers?
It was 9 of us.
So there were 9 of you. Okay. And how many girls and how many boys was it?
6 girls and 3 boys.
All right. 6 girls, 3 boys. And where did you come in that mix?
Number 4.
Nah, you were number 4. You were the 4th child. All right. Very good. And everybody went to school in
Fernwood and,
Fernwood.
and then South Pike,
South Pike.
Magnolia.
School in Fernwood. Then South Pike. Would you, did your mom work?
She did off and on, you know, like she was cleaning the offices up down there at this place where my father worked.
Oh, okay. Okay. Very good. And you left Fernwood High School, is that right? You went to the 11th grade?
Right. And then I came to Jackson to live with my
Oh, you came to Jackson. Okay. You moved to Jackson?
with my sister,
Okay, okay.
and that's when I went to. That's when I attended Jim Hill High School.
Oh,
It was two
oh,
high
yeah.
schools, two high schools in Jackson at the time.
Uh-huh.
It was Jim Hill and Lanier.
Jim Hill and
Brinkley
Lanier.
hadn't been built because they didn't build it until 1960.
Oh, I see. Jim Hill. And you went to Jim Hill?
Right.
Okay.
No, I went to Campbell. Campbell.
Oh, okay.
Campbell High School.
Campbell High School.
Yeah, but they wanted me to go to Jim Hill.
Tell us about Campbell High School.
Campbell was a private school, Methodist college and high school.
Oh, okay. Campbell College. All right. Then I know what that is.
Campbell College. It was a Methodist
And
AME college.
yes, right.
And
Familiar with that. AME.
they was
How long did you go there?
or I went I finished high school there,
Mm-hmm.
and then I went to I started college,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when all this civil rights stuff broke out.
Okay. Where did you went to Campbell College?
Right.
All right. All right. And when did you first become aware of movement and movement activity?
I read, when Hollis and Curtis, Elmer Hayes, Hollis Walker and Elmer Hayes, Curtis Elmer, they went and did the sit-in, and that's when I got involved, after they got involved,
Mm-hmm.
which was Brenda Travis, and Ike Lewis, and myself.
Mm-hmm.
We went to the train station first, and
Tell us who Brenda Travis was.
Brenda Travis
And what was it, Ike?
Ike Lewis.
Ike Lewis. Tell us who those people were.
Okay, Brenda Travis was a 15-year-old student at Berglund High School, and she was very active. Well, she's very active, and she wanted to be in the movement, and so
Mhm.
after you may tell it all now.
Sure, tell it all.
And so after she was after we got arrested, we went to this place.
What did you get arrested for?
we got for sitting in the bus station. We went to the Greyhound bus station. But we had went to Woolsworth to the lunch counter, and all the employees, they sit on the stools.
Mm-hmm.
So we couldn't get there. So we went to the bus station. That's when we got arrested.
Uh-huh.
And then
Now this was in Macomb?
in Macomb.
Okay. You remember what year that was?
61.
61. Okay. 1961. Good. And you got arrested for sitting in at was that the Greyhound station?
The Greyhound bus station.
Greyhound bus station?
And they put us in jail,
Mm-hmm.
and Brenda also. Then they sent us to the county jail, and then they moved Brenda to the training, Oakley Training School. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
And
Mm-hmm.
and we went to see Brenda, Mr. Fred Bates, which was a very active civil rights worker, and adult, had a service station.
This was Mr.
Fred Bates.
Fred Bates.
He had a service station and store, and that's about the only place you can really relieve yourself in
Now, where is he located?
He was located on Summit Street in Macomb.
Summit Street, Macomb.
And he drove bus,
Mm-hmm.
which was, the school was segregated.
He was a
And
school
he
bus
took it.
driver?
Like,
He was a school bus driver.
he had his own bus.
Oh, he had his own bus?
Yes,
Oh,
he
okay.
used in trans. He took us, he take people to New Orleans,
Oh.
anywhere, that like churches groups or whatever.
Mhm.
He was that was he was, and so that was he was in the transportation thing,
Yeah.
and he was, and during the school time, school session,
Mm-hmm.
he would take the children from Summit in South Macomb, which is Beartown, to school in Magnolia
Oh, okay.
at Pike County Agricultural Training School.
I see.
And because they couldn't go to school in Macomb, you know, because it was school segment.
So
And
they
all-
had to travel from Summit to where?
Magnolia,
To Magnolia,
which is about 10 miles,
about 10 miles? Okay.
10 or 12 miles, somewhere in there. But anyway, there was another guy in that bus named Mr. Charlie Dillon. He was, you know, those are two guys that were driving the bus.
Mhm.
Anyway, Mr. Fred Bates took us to see Brenda at Oakley.
Oh, okay.
And when we got there, we tried to, you know, find out what Brenda were, you know, and
Mhm.
nobody seemed to know or nothing, so. Anyway, so, you know.
Who all went with you?
It was about 50 kids,
50?
50, you know, little children, 5 years old up.
Is that right? They went to, Mr. Bates took them to
Right.
Oakley?
Grown, a few grown people, you know, for chaperone.
Mhm.
And we went, and when we got there, we couldn't find out what Brenda were, so, you know, we were riding around trying to find out. And so, you know, people had to go to the restrooms, you know, and couldn't find no restrooms, you know, they wouldn't know, you know, give us no information and stuff.
Mhm.
And so, and then all of a sudden, here come a guy, 2 or 3 guys with dogs. They put the dogs on us, on the little kids and all
Okay.
that.
Down at Oakley?
Oh, in the Oakley training school.
Gee.
And the little kid was crying and hollering and falling down, you know, skinning their knees up and stuff like that. And then we finally got them all on the bus, so we left.
Mm.
And we got back to Macomb. The police pulls up behind us
Mm.
and took the license plate off of Mr. Fred Bates' bus
Mm.
and told me he couldn't drive it no more.
Really? So they took his road privilege away?
Right.
Wow.
And so he lost that contract with the school, you know, and all that
Of
stuff. you know.
transporting the children.
All right. And then
Mm.
it went on and on, you know, everything went on. And then school was about to start. And Brenda they had got Brenda out of Oakley.
Mhm.
And she went to register, you know how you go get your thing together to go to school.
Yeah.
And so they said she couldn't attend Bergen High School anymore. And so
Mm.
the first day of school, they had this chapel, you know, everybody was in the auditorium. And I stood out there, you know.
This is at Berglund High School,
Bergen High School.
and that's in Macomb.
That's the black school
That's
for
the
Macomb.
black- oh, okay,
That was a
good.
black school, Bergen High. Which is Higgins High School now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And Higgins Middle School.
Mhm.
And so Joe Lewis asked this question.
Mhm.
He asked the principal why Brenda couldn't come back to school. And he asked, who that asked that question? You know, went back and forth. And then you know, he was afraid, you know, Mr. Higgins.
Mm.
He was afraid, you know, because he would lose his job. You know? So anyway, after they said Brenda couldn't come back, then the whole school walked out.
Oh, my.
And so they went down and to the office and made signs, then which was about 4 blocks away. About 4 blocks away from the school. That's what we had an office there, a SNCC office.
Mhm.
We had a SNCC office about 4 blocks away from the school. They came down and got posters and made signs. Then they walked downtown. And when they got downtown, they was carrying a sign.
Mhm.
And then
So
they
you
went to the
picketed.
then they went to the city hall,
Oh.
which at the time the city hall had the police department inside the city hall,
Mm.
Macomb City Police Department.
Right.
And by the way, the chief of police, George Guy, was the president of the Ku Klux Klan,
Wow.
you know, in that area.
Mhm.
And and then the police started, you know, messing. You know, so they went. Then everybody changed tune and went to the city hall, and then they gonna pray. You know, got on the steps. So every time somebody get to pray together, arrest him, arrest him.
Mm.
And then, a guy like Bob Zellner was there, a lot of guys, at the time.
So there was a demonstration at City Hall?
It was a demonstration right there at City Hall. And we, then they arrested us all. And the ones that was over 18 years old or older,
Mm-hmm.
they took them to Pike County Jail,
Mm.
which I got a picture of that. All the guys that was in jail.
Yeah.
And the letter that Bob wrote,
Bob Moses?
yeah, Bob Moses wrote while we was in jail,
Uh-huh.
saying how what everybody was doing, like, Hollis was singing and, and Chuck McDougal was in jail, and he was in there with, and Hollis and Curtis. He was 15 of us
Mm.
that was in jail at the time, and we was all, and it was Janie Campbell and
Janie.
Murtis Bennett.
Janie Campbell, who was she?
She lives in Summit. She
Okay.
married somebody.
Was she a student at the time?
She was a student at the time.
Okay. And who was the other one?
Murtis Bennett. That's Isaiah Bennett's sister. You know Isaiah Bennett?
I don't think so.
That's his sister.
Meredith Bennett.
Yeah, she
Both of them were students at Bergen?
right. And they was in jail with us down there at Magnolia.
Mm.
And so when y'all got out, Murtis took the picture. Murtis Bennett took the picture, and she's not on the picture. Because she had to take the picture.
Uh-huh. That was the picture of what now?
The picture that we took when we got out, the 39 days we was in jail.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there were 15 of you?
I think it was 15 total.
15 total. 39 days. Mm.
That's as long as I ever stayed in jail.
Right. And that was in Macomb?
That was in Magnolia. Where we stayed in, that was a county jail in Magnolia. That's where we stayed in jail.
Oh, county jail.
For those 39 days. They took us to Magnolia,
Yeah. Okay. And Magnolia. All right. Well, tell us what happened after that.
And
How'd you get out?
They bonded us out. And
Okay. Did SNCC do the bonding?
Snake, I guess. I don't know. But I think, everybody in there was SNCC people.
Uh-huh.
And I guess SNCC, they raised the money, got us out.
Mm-hmm.
And we went back to doing, having the mass meetings, back to the, at the Masonic Temple there in Macomb over the supermarket.
Uh-huh. That's where you all met?
Right.
At the Masonic?
Masonic Temple over the
Met at the
supermarket.
Masonic Temple?
Over the Bergner supermarket.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And do you remember when you get out? No?
I don't remember the date.
Okay.
I got it wrote down, but I don't know.
Was it in the fall? School was in session?
It was cold
Oh, it was cold?
Mhm.
Okay.
because we had coats on.
Mm.
Yeah, it was because we had overcoats on.
All right. Okay. And they went back to the Masonic Temple, had a meeting after they got out of jail, and what did they decide to do?
That's when they started working on voter registration and all that stuff. Bob had everything
Bob
going on.
Moses.
He we had the Freedom House and everything, and
So you resumed activity?
right. And
All right. Resumed voter registration activity? Any other activities you were involved in?
direct action,
Direct action.
a lot of that.
All right.
You want to keep on with Macomb, or you want to skip around?
Well, you can move from there if you want to. I'd like you to stay in chronological order, though. After you left Macomb,
Yeah, then,
you went
after,
where?
I came to Jackson, and, we had a Freedom House on Morehouse Street.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we had a Freedom House on Morehouse. The first street over there, up where, just above the Masonic Temple.
Right.
We had a Kofo house right
Kofo
there.
building, right?
And then we had we were staying on Morehouse. And then, I worked with the, movement in Jackson, and Sam Ballard
Sam Block?
and Willie Peacock
Mm-hmm.
was working in Greenwood.
Greenwood?
And they came and got me, and that was the third person to go to Greenwood to work. And when we got there, the first night.
Who went with you?
Wait, go on.
Who went with you?
Just the three of us.
Just Sam and
Yeah,
Willie
they
Peacock?
came down to Macomb and asked me, said, hey man, we need some help.
All right.
In Greenwood, would you like, I said, yeah, I would, So I went with them up there. And when we got there that night, they burnt that office up. They had to burn the office up.
Uh-huh.
So the first night, when we got there, like when they got back, the office was burned up
The office in Greenwood?
in Greenwood.
Mm. Mm.
And that's when that's when we got that office on Mr. Sanders' building up there on, what's the name of the street? Over by that school. I don't know what it was. But Mr. Sanders let us have the building. That's when they remodeled that building, and everybody came to Greenwood to have a mass, that big mass voter registration project
Mm-hmm. In Greenwood?
in Greenwood. And that's when all this happened.
Mm.
And I stayed at Greenwood quite a while.
You did?
And then I left there. And
What's quite a while? Can you give me an idea of how long you were in Greenwood?
I was in Greenwood like almost a year.
Almost a year. All right.
And then I went from
Who
there.
was the head of that project in Greenwood? Do you remember that?
Bob.
Bob Moses?
Bob Moses.
Okay.
Bob was up there. Everybody was there. I mean, you name it. Everybody was there. That was a stronghold,
Mhm.
for the Delta. Cause, we had contacts, like Mr. Amson Moore down in Cleveland,
Oh, yeah, I know Amson.
and
Yep, I worked with Amson myself.
You
in
did?
Bolivar County.
you did.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
sir.
he had that.
Doing very well.
Yeah, he had that service station right there,
On
and then-
61.
Right.
Mhm.
And then then I worked in, Drew, Sunflower, Indianola, Ruleville,
Mm.
and, what's some more places up in that Delta? And I was living with Miss Hamer for a while, I was staying in their house, for a while, and then, more people came, we scattered out, and let's see,
Who all was with you?
Jimmy Travis, they was all up there, that's by the time when Jimmy got shot,
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy got shot up in there,
Yep, I remember that.
Yeah. And, let's see. And then we came to Jackson, back to Jackson. That's when they did the Kofo. Oh, and I worked in Raleigh,
Where?
North Carolina.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
You
for
went to
summer.
Raleigh?
For summer.
Oh, yeah? What summer was that?
63.
63.
Yeah. 1960. With a lady named Miss Dorothy Dawson.
Uh-huh.
They had a voter registration campaign going on in Raleigh.
Uh-huh.
And we had this black guy named John Winters. He was on the city council,
Mhm.
and he wanted to get, voter registration going on.
Mhm.
And so then we were living, they had us living at St. Augustine College.
Oh, yes.
St. Augustine, like Tougaloo.
Oh, yeah. It's an Episcopal school, I know.
Mhm.
I know it very well.
And we was staying, campus. It was 15 students
Uh-huh.
that worked this project. And what we did, we went from door to door, and the registrar was sitting in the car. All you had to do was get the people from the house to the car, and they were registered.
Yeah, right.
And we was bringing them out there, going,
Yeah.
and then the driver would move down,
Mm.
halfway the block, then, close to the, and we bring the people out to the car,
Okay. And the registrar was right there?
right there. We did this for the whole summer
Uh-huh.
of '63. And then after that, was that when we went to Florida?
Went to Florida?
Florida. That's where we did the Holiday Inns.
Oh, tell us about that.
Uh,
What part of Florida?
we was down at, what's it called, not Jack, we went to Jacksonville first.
Mhm.
And then we left Jacksonville and went down to, Orlando. I think it was one of them, it was another big town. Can't call it name, let's see. I know we was in Jacksonville. We
Mhm.
left Jacksonville and we went further, see Jacksonville the top end.
Yeah, right.
And we was going, when we went further down about maybe a couple of 100 miles.
Mhm.
Let me call the name, was it this town name,
Did you go as far as Miami?
no, we didn't go to Miami.
Didn't go to Miami?
No.
Okay.
Because they had some people working in Miami, doing the same thing.
Right.
And what we did, it was some white kids and black kids was integrating, like the hotels, trying to, and every time we could ask for a room, but the white kids, they did get a room.
You like each other?
And then when they found out that we was in the room, they kicked us out and them too.
Yeah.
And, but anyway, I went to jail like 20 times,
Really?
for that Holiday Inn thing. And you take a kid nowadays,
By integrating Holiday Inn?
right? And see, we had to sue. See, Gene Autry, the old
Mhm.
cowboy.
Yeah.
He was like a CEO, what they call you now, but he was like a president or the manager of all the Holiday Inns. They didn't use CEO then, right?
Yeah, right.
And we had to sue him and the Holiday Inn before the Holiday Inn was integrated, before you get a room. But
Uh-huh.
nowadays, people think that's something that you do,
Right.
because you see,
So you did that for a whole summer?
we did that for about 3 months. Yeah, it wasn't summer, it was fall and summer.
Fall and summer.
Yeah.
Of 63? Of
That
19
that was after '63.
That was after 1963?
Right. That was after we left from North Carolina. We went down there.
Okay.
Yeah. It wasn't '63, but it was after the summer. It was like September or October. Yeah, because all the students they went back to school in September,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's when we went to Florida.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then you left Florida and came back to where? Mississippi?
Yeah, we came back to Jackson. Then we went to Nashville,
Mm.
Nashville, Tennessee. And we had that's what we was doing the Wilson Quick drugstores. You heard of Wilson Quick?
Mm-hmm.
We did the Wilson Quick drugstores in Nashville. I got in a paper there, they got me on the floor with two big old white guys,
Mm-hmm. The Nashville?
in Nashville paper. It was in 63, latter part of 63 or early 64. Where they were beating me up, and they was headlines.
Mm. What were you doing?
They got the Wilson Creek drugstore where they got the lunch counter, and we were trying to, get in there, and them big old husky guys were standing on the door, and so what happened, man? And when I went to bump against the door, they opened the door, and I fell in. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm.
And they had me for lunch.
Mm.
That's in the Nashville paper. But I never get a clipping of that. but I saw it. And when I came back to school at Campbell, you know, I was late, and they say, we saw this in the paper, and they had me as a student.
Oh, you were still at Campbell then?
Yeah.
You were still enrolled at Campbell?
Yeah, I was coming back to Campbell, you know, to go back to school.
Mhm.
It was like September, you know, like October.
Yeah.
And then they say, they had this in the paper saying that you can't register because you supposed to be registered when they had been in the paper, they said I was a student at Fisk.
Fisk?
Yeah.
In Nashville?
Yeah. You know, a student at Fisk, you know.
Mhm.
They had my name and everything, that's how they knew, you know, and everything was on there, but then they said I was, and so then,
But you weren't really registered at Fisk?
I never, well, you know, we was on the campus, you know, a lot, you know, but we didn't, for his times and dates, you know, it's kind of hard.
I know, but do the best you can, that's all right. Okay, so you came back to Nashville?
I went to Nashville.
You went to Nashville and did your thing at the Wilson Creek Drug Store, and then came back to Jackson and went back to Campbell College.
Right, and then they wouldn't let me go to school.
They wouldn't let you go to school?
You know, they said I was late, and you know, all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm talking about. You know, I was late. You know, you can't register anytime you want to.
Right.
And so then I just went back out there, and by that time they was organizing COFO.
Oh, yeah.
And
So you got involved in that, organizing COFO?
and then organized, you know, working with COFO.
Mm-hmm.
And then I worked with Mega for a little while, you know, Mega Evans.
Yes.
Yeah. He asked me to, you know, well, Mr. C.C. Bryant, you know him.
Oh, yes.
You know, he was you know, him and, you know, he was a
NAACP
man, and he was
right.
from Macomb.
Yeah.
And so that day, he told me, he said, they got me, him and Mega and I was talking, that was before Mega's death, you know.
Right.
Well, this was before Mega got killed. So that was in June of '63.
Mm-hmm.
I worked with, Mega got killed in June, wasn't it?
It might have been July.
It was somewhere in there, it was '63.
It was 63.
Because him and Kennedy, you know, they got,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, President Kennedy. But anyway, Mr. Bryant was, you know, he was from Macomb, and anyway, he was telling Mega, you know, if you need somebody to do something, you know, you got this boy right here, you know. Anyway, so Mega said, you know, he gonna send me up, you know, up in the Delta part of Mississippi, you know, to get information and all that. And so I went up there. I worked for him for about 5 months before he got killed. And then then Charles, his brother, came down here, and his attitude wasn't, you know, he wasn't my cup of tea.
Yeah, right.
And
I understand.
so I didn't. I cut that loose then after that.
After Mega got killed?
Yeah, you know.
Were you there when, were you at the,
I got
at the church?
I got his obituary
Mm-hmm.
and everything.
Yeah, you were in Jackson?
Yeah.
Oh, in Macomb. Where were you?
I was here in Jackson.
You here in Jackson?
Mhm. And but see, I got Mega's obituary now.
Mhm.
You know, it's in a frame,
Oh,
and I got his, you know, posters of some old posters of it, you know, like that, you know. And they got his wife saying, "You can kill a man, but you can't kill an idea."
yeah.
You remember that poster?
Yes.
I got one of those. I mean, you know, I got a bunch of stuff.
Okay. So you worked along with Mega here in Jackson until he got killed?
Right.
Mhm.
You know, doing stuff with the COFO, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah. And he wanted me to send a report in every week, you know. I did that too.
To who?
Mega.
Oh, who wanted you?
Mega did. You know, tell me
Oh,
what,
you,
you know, what we
want you to give him a report?
Yeah.
Of your activity?
And then my pay went from 10 to 25. You know about that, so.
Yes.
Not 10 grand now. $10 to $25 a month.
Mm, mm, mm. Okay. And which way did you go after Medgar got killed?
I was here around here in Jackson.
In Jackson? Okay, with SNCC?
Hmm?
Were you working with the SNCC workers?
Yeah, working with you know, down at the Kofo building, you know, down there.
Uh-huh.
And also, I had a chance to go to Philadelphia at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when Swanner, Cheney, and Goodman
Yeah.
was up there. And, you know, after Dave, let's see how it goes. Let me start back over. Dave got the station wagon. Dave didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And he had to give it to us. And we had a NAACP vehicle, you know, the car
Mm-hmm.
that Dr. Aaron Henry had got for, you know, the NAACP. And so we was using that. And so we was up there in Philadelphia, you know, working, you know, we worked with them 3 guys for a while, you know, like maybe a month, you know, before, you know, before that happened. You know, them guy got killed.
Right.
Yeah, I worked with them. And I worked in Birmingham.
You remember when the 3 civil rights workers got killed?
Them guys.
Where were you then?
I was in Jackson.
Goodman, Schwerner, and...
Yeah, I was in Jackson at that time.
Oh.
But I had worked with them guys in Philadelphia for about a month before, then we came back to Jackson. You know, during this, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And the time 4 kids got bombed in Birmingham at the church.
Yeah.
We was in Birmingham.
When that happened?
As a matter of fact, we was on our way to that church that got bombed. You know, that was
16th Street Baptist Church? Yeah. What happened that took you to Birmingham?
We supposed been doing something. And see that Selma Montgomery March, you know, I was on that too.
Some, okay.
The Selma Montgomery March.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's when they really they tore us up then. You know, they really did some. But that second march was when, you know, when King led it, you know, and he turned around on that one, you know. But that first one was rough.
On the Edmund Pettus Bridge?
Right. And I was we was going to that church that day when where the four kids got bombed and killed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we was there, going there. Let me think what else. And
Say 63. All right.
62 and 63 was some busy years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, you didn't stay in one spot. You had to be moving. I mean, 62. It started out really in 62 when everything started moving. You know.
Where were you when the summer project was going on in 64?
64.
Yeah.
I was working with SNCC and Charles
Charles who?
Evans.
You really? 1964?
That was COFO. Then I'll tell you something happened in 65.
What I want to know what happened in 64 during the summer project.
We
If you were involved in that or not.
yeah, I wasn't directly. See, I was working with Charles Evans, and he had me doing this and that, you know, and That's when I was, but, you know, as far as, you know, they had people in Macomb and all that stuff, you know, and they had people in, all them areas. What we did, we didn't stay in one area long enough to do nothing. You know, I don't know how, you know, how they felt about it, but I don't think they wanted to do that.
Who?
NAA.
NAA. NACP. And where were you based? In Jackson? Or
Right here in Jackson on Lynch Street.
On Lynch Street?
Yeah, 1072 Lynch Street. You know, it's my son Tim's building.
Oh, yeah, I know it very well.
Eating at the smackovers every day. And couples. You know them couples? Used to run Lynch Street. There was a bunch of them down there.
Uh-huh.
I remember one time when, you know, police used to ride them dogs to scare the blacks. They used to come down Lynch Street with the dog's head hanging out the window. Dog, every time the car hit a bump, the dog's head be shaking. Old Ray couple took a .22 rifle. That dog's head said. And
That killed it up?
that dog, that man, that police said, he hit the passing gear on that thing, didn't he? You know, he riding down Lynch Street, trying to scare somebody, you know, coming up to Lynch and Dalton, you know, then coming down Lynch Street, you know, that's where the office were, you know.
Yeah.
They you know, they see after the fairground thing, you know, they had us all in the fairground. And you know how that was a transport thing, you know, where, man, they were, you know how they put the dogs on you and all that kind of stuff. And so they were scared, you know how this, you know, they just tried to scare black folk with the dogs.
Oh, yeah.
And so Ray shot that dog. And see, it was about 4 or 5 of them couple boys, you know. And they own all the joints down on Lynch Street, you know, all the way from, well, it had two places that we had the College Inn and the Smackovers. The rest of the stuff, the couples on. Everything. That old building where the Cofo building on Lynch Street now, they used to be RC's old place. RC couple. And
The Cofo building.
Cofo building.
All right, where are we now then? Let's see, the summer project. And then you worked with Charles Evans in the NACP. The year, how long did you work for Evans and the NACP?
After Mega got killed, and then after the summer program, you know, I was out of it, you know, because you know
You were out of what?
out of the
NACP activity?
yeah, I was out of that because I didn't, you know, he wasn't my cup of tea.
Yes.
Yeah.
What did you do? Which way did you go?
I went down there. I went back to Sneak. You know, I mean,
You went back to Macomb?
Yeah. No, I stayed in Jackson.
Oh, you stayed in Jackson?
And where we at? We was in Atlanta. Well, you know, we used to go to Atlanta. That's where what his name? I can look at him and see him right now. The office was, you know.
What, the SNCC office?
The SNCC office right there.
Oh,
in Atlanta.
okay.
And Foreman, Jim Foreman.
Foreman.
Yeah. It was, you know, both of them names sound similar. You know, James and Jim. You know,
Okay.
one was Foreman and one was
Farmer.
Farmer and Foreman.
Yeah, Farmer
Yeah.
was the quarter.
Right. He was cool. Yeah. And but we had an office right down in Atlanta, and I went over there a few times, you know, to Atlanta. You know, and yeah, I did a lot of. I don't know. I was moving pretty good, you know, during that time. You know, but
You went over to Atlanta.
yeah, I was over in Atlanta for a while, and we used to live on Peachtree Street.
Peachtree Street.
Yeah,
Peachtree?
Peachtree Street, I think, because it was a Cofo. They had a house over there, Cofo house.
Yeah.
And we stayed at the Cofo house.
And was there anything particular that you did while you were in Atlanta?
We did a couple, you know, marches and stuff, you know, and we did some demonstrating, we did some sit-ins and stuff like that. But I'm trying to put it together.
Hmm.
But I know we should go to that office. The office was like upstairs, you know. We had to go upstairs to this, you know, what Jim was.
Mm-hmm. I remember the building. I went there a couple of times. Yeah.
You know.
All right. And you stayed in Atlanta for any length of time?
In and out, you know. I didn't stay that long. You know, maybe a month.
Mm-hmm. And then you came back to Mississippi?
Yeah, we worked in Birmingham, Montgomery, and Selma. He was a preacher named Reverend Ben Gay. He was in Selma. No, he was in Montgomery. Selma, Montgomery, Birmingham. He must have been in Montgomery. Reverend Ben Gay. I remember him. Cause he was the one of them fired up preachers, you know, and I don't know, he was more like you know, saying, "Come on, let's do it," you know,
Mm.
and but I worked with him for about maybe a couple of months, you know.
Where is this?
In Birmingham.
Uh-huh.
And we did a lot of you know, sitting in and stuff like that, you know, in different places, you know, where they shot the water on us, you know, and all that kind of stuff. But I'm trying to figure out what.
Did you know Reverend Shuttlesworth over there?
Yeah, yeah, I know Shuttleworth. He was with the
SCLC?
he was King.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Reverend King. Yeah, I remember Shuttleworth. And you know, I was sitting down the other day and just thinking, you know, how old I was now, you know, and them people, you know, that you knew.
Right. In those days?
Yeah, in those days. And then it was some good people, you know.
Oh, yes.
And then it wasn't, you know, it was good people, and you know, people that were with the NAACP, you know, there was some, you know, like Roy Wilkinson and Ruby Hurley and W.C. Patton, Peyton Patton, that's his name, Patton.
Right.
All them guys, you know, they was working at, you know, they were working out in New York, you know, and all that stuff. They come down here, man, and this lady used to take me out for dinner, you know, all the time. You know, Miss Hurley, Ruby Hurley.
Ruby Hurley.
Yeah, man, she was a big old woman, you know, I mean, big, tall lady, boy, you know. And I said, I would want to fight her, you know, because she was big and fat, you know. She wasn't no big old fat woman, but she was just tall and, you know, yeah. And so, but she was nice, you know. And then you see Shuttleworth, you know, and then, you know, just like Hattiesburg, you know, Laura, Dave Dennis was working over there for a while. And then I went through there a few times, you know. Yeah, I mean, you know, just when people be working, you know, stay over there with them, you know, canvas with them and, you know, do things.
Right.
And we went to Little Rock.
You went to Little Rock?
Yeah, I worked in, we stayed over there about a month one time, you know, just, it was a, who was that one? You know, they were doing something in Little Rock, you know, and you know how you go and do it, you know, and come back.
Right.
And we did that. And one time we went down on Southern University Camp in Baton Rouge.
Oh, Southern in Baton Rouge.
Yeah, we went down there.
Right.
And cause who was there working down there? Dave Dennis, I think he was working down there at that time. Cole was in it, you know, and Snick and Cole working there, you know, together. You know,
In Baton Rouge?
In Baton Rouge.
Do you remember when that was?
No, but I tell you, who can tell you, Dave Dennis can tell you. And
You went with Dave down there?
no, we came down there after Dave had got there.
Oh, I see.
And we stayed a while, you know, while he was there. And Frank Smith.
From Smith?
Frank Smith. You know Frank.
Which Frank Smith?
He
I know about 3 or 4, but the one from Smith.
Yeah, he stayed. He in D.C. now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think he
He was
won
in
for some
South-
kind of city job a few years back.
He was in the city council.
Right, city council, that's right. He sent me a calendar.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I still got that calendar. You know, that's the archive now, you know.
When were you with Frank?
Frank and I worked in Holly Springs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I worked with Holly Springs with him, you know, a while.
All right.
Me and Jesse, you know, Jesse Harris and all those, we did a lot of things together back then, you know. But you know, you just can't think about who them guys were. You know, because, you know, there's a lot of them school kids, you know, that was involved, you know, because, you know, they had something, everybody had something to go for.
Mm.
You know, you had to reach this goal, you know, you had to go.
When did you go to Holly Springs with Frank Smith? Do you remember?
That was like, I went up there for a couple of months, you know, with him. This was like in 62, early 62, late 62 or early 63. Like February, you know, January, February 63. Somewhere in there, you know. I don't know the dates.
He came to Greenville. I met him in Greenville when I was working in Greenville. Frank came there.
You worked in Greenville?
Oh, yeah.
I did too.
Yes. Yeah, I lived in Greenville for 30 years.
All right. See, when we was in Greenville, we worked in the area on the north, on that end where we were living over James Carter's cleaner.
Yeah. Frank was there. He
Yeah.
and his wife,
That's right. And
Jeannie
then right across the street they had a full of Fulton's or
Fulton.
Fulton's restaurant.
That's
Right. We had a restaurant across the street. That's when we ate at that Fulton.
That's
and we
right.
lived across the street over there. And then right around the corner they had the VFW, the American Legion, and all that stuff right down the street.
Down the road.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's been years ago. There was one guy that I knew from Greenville. Name was Johnny Frazier.
Oh, Johnny. Sure, I remember Johnny.
But I don't know where he is now.
He went to New York, and I don't know. I'm not sure he's still alive, to tell you the truth. I don't know where Johnny is.
You know, he was a...
He left and went to New York.
He did. He was a filibuster. That's what he was, you know. I mean, that guy can talk, you know, and then filibuster and,
Yeah.
and make something
He
sound
was very
weird.
active in the movement.
Yes,
there,
sir.
And,
He was an NAA man.
yeah.
Johnny Frazier.
Johnny Fraser. Remember Reverend Anderson?
Sure do.
He was in Greenville. He was
Right.
the FTP representative for
Right.
a while. Yeah, Charles Moore was a local active guy.
And, you know, when you come down that Highway 61, you know, down from Greenville, coming back south,
Yeah, okay. Actually, it's 82.
82, that's right, 82, I'm
It's
sorry.
82. You come down 61 to Leland,
Right.
and you turn right on 82 and go into Greenville.
And man, you talking about, there used to be some things going on, you know. You know, it was just like, we going out there in the fields, you know, in them cotton fields, you know, where them people be working. They try to get them people to register to vote.
Right.
And we didn't have nowhere to put them folks. You know, because the man said, you know, if they,
Did you come to Greenville in 65 with Jesse?
no,
Jesse came to see me in 65 in Greenville.
I didn't
And
know.
when he went up on the Delta Pine Plantation to do some voter registration.
He did.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
but see,
that was Jesse.
this boy named, I was just telling you about, bring the clothes. Idaho Donaldson, that's his last name. Donaldson. Ivanhoe Donaldson.
Ivanhoe Donaldson. Yeah, he was from Smith.
Right.
Yeah.
He schooled Ohio or somewhere, you know, in New York or somewhere, and get the truck and bring a whole truckload of stuff down to Greenwood, and we used to put it in this church, and they used to, you know, have people come and get it, you know.
Pass it out.
And that helped on voter registration a lot, because see, people didn't, you know, people didn't have, you know, because they didn't have nothing, man. The people in Delta, they was in bad shape.
They were in bad shape.
I mean, you know.
Delta were in bad, very bad.
And they was sharecropping, and when they And every year, you know, the man talking about they almost came out the hole, you know. And then all during the summer, winter, you got to buy stuff, you know,
Yeah.
from this man's store to survive.
That's true.
And then you right back in the hole again, you know.
That's true.
And so, and a lot of them people went to register after that thing.
Okay. Now, you, how, did you stay in Greenville very long? With
I stayed about 2 months.
About 2 months?
About 2 months. That's when we stayed over Mr. Carter's
Over
place.
James Scott, Babyface.
Yeah, that's right.
Used to call him Babyface.
And Clarksdale, you know, I worked up there, you know, with Dr. Henry had me up there, you know, during the NAACP thing.
Mm-hmm.
I worked up there with him for a while, you know. But
Now, you said you meet Charlie Cobb in Greenville, did you? Charlie was there.
yeah, Charlie Cobb. You know, I saw him
Mm-hmm.
last year at Martin Luther King's birthday. He was in Macomb.
Oh, Charlie?
Yeah, he came down. He brought some students down there. That was, and let me see. Yeah, he brought some students down. You know, he was making a tour or something. You know, he was coming through. But they had this NAACP thing at the Macomb High School, and Charlie was a part of it.
Well, McLaurin was there too in Greenville.
Yeah,
With Cobb.
Dooley. Charlie.
What you call it?
Dooley.
Dooley.
Yeah.
Okay, you McLaurin.
Yeah, Charlie McLaurin. Yeah, that's Dooley.
That's Dooley. Okay.
Yeah, well, that's his nickname, Dooley. Yeah, we you know, he been had that name ever since he was a little baby. Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, so, you know what happened? You know, we was old. You know, they come and calling him Dooley. And we said, well, what they saying, man? He said they called me Dooley, and he should have never said that. You know, he got that name Dooley. Anyway, McLaurin's son was going to school in LSU.
And where in Baton Rouge?
Baton Rouge, and his car broke down in Macomb.
Mm-hmm.
So McLaurin called me, and the boy put the car, you know, on the side. You know, he left it at the station, you know, at this place where he had it, where they pushed it to.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went over there and told the people, you know, that he gonna come back. You know, I knew the people, you know, that owned the place, you know, stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I told him that he gonna pick it up, you know, in about 3 days. McLaurin came down and picked the car up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he called me and told me.
No, he lives in Indianola.
In the note, he's the
Indianola.
work for the city. So.
Works for the city. That's right. Mm-hmm.
And I got another neighbor. She was in school with my sister.
Mm-hmm. Where from?
She's from Macomb,
Mm-hmm.
Fernwood, but she lives up there now.
Up in the Dallas?
She's the chancery clerk in one of them. It's in Indianola, Louisville, or something.
Circuit clerk or chancery clerk?
Circuit clerk, I think.
Okay, that would
That's
be-
a lady.
Yeah. She's married to
A judge,
Senator.
senator, right?
Senator.
Hey, her name is Rosie Lee. Her name is Rosie.
Yeah, Rosie. Oh God, I can't call her name.
But her name is Rosie Lee. She was a Hampton before she married.
Mm-hmm.
And you ever heard of this guy in Macomb named Landrew? Reverend Landrew?
No,
That's her daddy.
that's her father.
Yeah, he stayed in Macomb. But anyway,
She sent Senator
She was-
Willie.
you right. I know who you talk about.
Can't call it.
But
I
she-
just saw him at a funeral a little while ago.
Yeah. Hey, but anyway, his wife
Mm-hmm.
is from. Now we live here, and they live right there. You know, like 5 or 6 houses down.
Yeah, right.
Raised up. Her and my sister went from the elementary school all the way through school together.
Mm.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Jeez, I can't call her.
She went to Magnolia School.
Much as I know, well as I know that I used to go to her office when I was working with the congressman all the time. Yeah. Yep, Her husband's a state senator,
Right, right.
and she's the circuit clerk in Bolivar County,
That's right.
in Cleveland.
Cleveland. That's right, Cleveland. That's the town.
That's where she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her lately. My sister saw her. You know, he had his school class reunion thing.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen her in a while, but I see her husband from time to time. He comes through all.
I don't know him.
You don't know him? Oh, okay.
I only seen him once, and I can't place him. You know, but, and I want to. And that's been a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But they were living somewhere else before they moved up there. I don't know where they were living.
Hmm. Yeah, I remember when she got elected, yes. Okay, all right. Now, let's see, where did we leave off? You were in Greenville. After you left Greenville, where'd you came back to Jackson?
So we worked at Delta, didn't we? Were we working at Delta?
Yeah, but we passed that, I guess. You were in...
I stayed with Amsey Moore for a while, too.
You did? In Cleveland?
In Cleveland. I worked in Cleveland, too. See, we worked all up and down that, 80, what's the name of the highway?
61.
You know, they got Money, they got Silver City, and
Okay, that's 49.
49, Highway 49. We worked down 49, that's what it was.
Humphreys County.
And we came all the way up. We worked in them, in them areas. And then they had another town called Dawesville or something.
Dawesville.
That was the senator's
That's on
hometown.
49, Eastern.
Yeah, it's Eastland. That was
Eastern was from
that was his town.
That was his town.
Yeah, he owned everything there, did.
Mm.
And every acre of land down there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Were you involved in the Meredith March at all?
The who?
The Meredith March.
James Meredith?
66, yeah.
No. In 66?
Yeah.
No, I tell you about 65, see. Mine ended in 65.
Say it again.
My civil
Your-
rights work ended in 65.
In 65?
Yeah, September 65.
Okay. All right.
You want to get up to that?
Yeah, sure. Because
Okay.
that's, the Selma to Montgomery March was well, that was in, let me see, that was in 65 or 66? It was in 66.
66.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Vernon Damon got killed at the same time the Selma to Montgomery March was going on.
Right. That must have done. His son still live in Baton Rouge.
Mm-hmm. Yes?
He was on that board one time. We was trying to get this movie made.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, that's when, in September of 66, September 66 was when I, was my last, September the 30th.
Mm-hmm. What happened then? Because you seem to remember that so well.
Yeah, I'm going to tell
Something
you,
happened.
it was hot, man.
Yeah.
I had these kids on the corner of Dalton and Lynch
Okay, here in Jackson.
in Jackson.
Over by Jackson.
We were going to have a mass meeting that night,
Mm-hmm.
at the Masonic Temple building. And, you know how the kids from Brinkley, Lanier, and Jim Hill.
Mm-hmm.
They all came, kids, everybody was into it, like I was saying,
No, what year was this?
This was 66.
66. Okay. All right. What
It
happened?
was in September. I was coming on the corner. After, back then you had to run off them stencils with your, them old stencils.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Mimeograph.
Man, shoot.
We used to
And you
call
get the ink all over your hands and
Mhm.
everything. So we hadn't got all that done, and everybody had their stuff. They was, going back to their, communities.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to the corner of Dalton and Lynch, and some kids were going down Dalton Street, this way, and some were going, some were going to a doctor. What his name? There was a doctor on that corner then.
Ooh, that wasn't
Doctor.
Britain. No, Britain was on.
Anyway, it was a doctor stayed down that way,
Okay.
and then then it was Washington Edition this way. When you go up to that corner, turn to the left, you go to Washington Edition, and you go back this way, you go to Pearl Street.
All right.
So some was going that way. So anyway, I stand up there, and so the police pulled up there and stopped and got outside. "You're under arrest." I said, "For what?" He said, "Contribute to the liquor of a minor." You know,
What
that
were
was,
you doing?
that was the charge. You know,
Yeah,
that was the charge that they always get you on, right?
Right.
So I said, all right, I guess they had been sitting down there watching, or somebody, anyway. They know you, they know everybody, the police know everybody. And so when they took me to the inductions, to the police, down to the jailhouse, they locked me up. So they had the mass meeting that night.
Where?
At my son's temple.
Or something.
All right. But when about 12 o'clock that night, after everybody done settled down, the doors started opening. It was 4 MPs. It was 15 people came up there. 4 MPs, military police. It was two, there's the judge, it was a judge. It was the mayor. What you call it, was the governor. What his name? The old guy didn't want mayor if he go in there. What his name was? What that mayor name? Winters? No, he wasn't Winters.
Winter wasn't the mayor.
No. It was who was the mayor? Barnett? Was Barnett the name? In '66. But anyway, he came. It was 15. Like I said, it was 15 people. They took me out of that jail. Took me to AFES. They had an airport back out here. What that golf course, back out here.
Yeah.
And they took me out there and took that what they call AFES,
Yeah.
Where they processed me. And 7 o'clock that morning, I was at Fort Jackson, South Carolina.
Really?
That's right.
You were in Fort Jackson?
7 o'clock that morning. They flew me over there.
Really?
That's right.
They took you to the
private
induction
plane.
station?
They took me over there to the induction station.
Yeah, where was that?
From the jailhouse to the
Yeah.
induction station. Right over there where the airport is.
Okay, on Woodrow Wilson.
That's right over. That old airport was over there.
Yeah.
That's where the airport. They took me from there. That's where AFES. That's where you get your physicals. They give me a physical, a half physical that night. Look, about 2 o'clock, I was on a plane. Out of here. They dropped me in Fort Jackson, South Carolina, and they came and picked me up, took me, and I was in the Army. But
You were in the Army
I was in the Army.
in September 1966.
September 31st. All right, and see that's what I'm talking about. September, last day of September. That's when I said
Yeah, you couldn't forget that.
And so that's what happened. Okay, and then
You were drafted.
let me tell you. See, I was in Atlanta one time. I get these letters, from the Army, saying you greetings,
Yeah, you classified.
And every time I get one, I go to another town. And so when they find out that I was in jail, that's all they wanted. See, that's another one off the street.
Yeah.
And so they processed me that night.
And that's for September 66. And you were sent to Fort Jackson.
Fort Jackson, South Carolina. And that's where I stayed. I took my basic and AIT up there.
Columbia.
That's right.
I know it well.
And so they say so they had done wrote my papers up. They wrote them up. I didn't have to do nothing. They had to wrote my papers up. And how
Yeah.
volunteered.
Volunteer.
I had a serial number and everything.
Actually, you had not volunteered.
I had not volunteered. But what would you do? Something like that.
Yeah.
You gonna get a lawyer?
I understand. Oh,
What lawyer you gonna get?
See, I was really drafted.
You were, I know,
In
yeah.
1951.
Yeah,
I was really
I had a local, we had our local board, and I still got my local board card, and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Local board number 62 was in Macomb. I got my, all that, that card that they give
Were
me.
you 1A?
1A.
You were 1A.
I think it said 1A on that. But see, I still got it. It's in I got it framed up. You probably saw when you was down there. You go outside that little building,
Yeah, I remember the
you see them pictures and all that stuff.
I saw all the pictures on the wall. That's
Yeah.
right.
But anyway, it's in there. And and so I called my mama, you know.
You called him mother?
Yeah.
So tell her where you
Yeah, I
were.
told her where I were, you know. She said, well, since you in there, you might well make the best of it.
Oh,
You know, she said, you know, and she said, well, she was a smooth going lady, you know.
yeah,
And so she, she tried to make everything sound, you know, make this him sound good before, you won't be hurt.
yeah.
You in there, so it's the reason, and so if you don't make the best of it, everything you're supposed to do, you're supposed to do good.
Do good.
That's what she told me, right? Make the best of it and do good.
Yeah.
So I said, shoot, I went airborne.
You did?
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
my Lord.
Hey, and
Where'd you go to basic?
I took my basic for Jackson.
Fort Jackson?
Yeah, then when I got through my basic and AIT, I took clerk. I was a clerk
Yeah.
because I had been, this.
I was at Bragg.
That's where I was.
I went to Fort Bragg.
And then they sent me to Benny. As soon as I finished my AIT, they sent me to Benny.
Benny.
And that's what I trained me on the towers.
Oh.
Jumping, from a cement block all the way up, to off the side, Then they run down the cable, then they drop you out this tower, The next thing you know, you're flying around there. Anyway, and then from there, they sent me to Fort Bragg. No, Fort Campbell. I'm sorry.
Fort Campbell.
Fort Campbell. And then,
Bragg's in North Carolina.
yeah, I know
That's where I
it.
went.
And then they say they had me on orders to go to Nam. And so the 82nd was going over.
Now they were in Fort Bragg.
Right, the 82nd was going. So they shipped us from Fort Campbell to Fort Bragg.
Oh.
And we got with the 82nd,
Exactly.
and we went over as a regiment to Nam.
Mm.
And so I stayed in Nam 13-month tour, with the month, They said we did 30 days in Hawaii. But I got out of there. And so now. And so that ended that, until those, see, they had me in there for 3 years. When they had
Beginning in 66.
Yeah, in 69. See, I didn't get out in 69.
You get out in 69.
And I got out August 69. And see, the reason why, I wasn't drafted, they say, I had to volunteer. See, volunteers take 3 years, draft people stay 2 years. So they got me off the street for 3 years. So when I came back, my sister said, come up to Chicago.
Where were you discharged? Where were you discharged? Now, you should remember that.
Fort Benning. I was
Benning?
in Fort Benning. I was on a Lawson Field. You heard of Lawson Field?
No, I don't know.
That's what I was working on, the towers down at Lawson Field. Yeah, we are. That's why I got discharged. I was glad. If I'd have been
Did you
smart,
come back to Macomb
I came back.
after you got discharged?
I came back home, and I
Yeah.
stayed home like a month, and then I went to Chicago.
Okay, you returned to Macomb. Why'd you go to Chicago?
Because of my uncles and everybody. See, just like Jackson, that train come right through Macomb.
69.
51.
No, 1969.
Yeah, 69.
You got discharged in 1969.
69, September 69.
Okay.
And see, the train, 51 highway was a highway where it goes from New Orleans to Chicago.
51.
Yeah, the old Illinois Central go from New Orleans to Chicago.
I see.
So that was a straight shot. Once you get on the train, you ain't got to get off until you get to Chicago.
That's true.
And see, most people from Atlanta, they go to New York. See, that train goes straight to New York. That's why, a lot of people from Atlanta, go to New York.
Yeah.
And see, but all trains go to Chicago. And that way you turn around and go back.
Right.
At Central Station. But I would have, I had all my cousins, uncles, and aunts up there, see.
In Chicago?
Yeah, and so my sister, she had moved, one of my sisters had moved up there. So I got there and stayed with her. Her and her husband. And they had, two kids. And they had them moved out south, you know, on 80th and Troop. And they had a nice place. They had them start buying a two-flat. You know, she would teach at school, and
Your sister?
yeah, and he was he
She
was
older than you?
yeah, oh yeah, that was one of the older sisters. You know, I'm number 4. And they he worked for Alcoa Aluminum.
The aluminum?
Yeah, so when he got there, I got there. He got me a job with Alcoa.
Oh.
So Alcoa was making all these bomb shells for the army. You know, the nose and all that stuff. You know, the big artillery shells.
Right.
They were making all them. So as soon as the war was over, they shut all that down. And so then they said, we're going to give everybody, you know, we're going to give everybody else, you know. There wasn't a whole bunch of folks working there either, you know. It was just maybe 75 people at this plant. You know, making this, it was in Bellwood, you know, right that's, you know, Chicago suburb, you know. And so when the plant closed, after Vietnam stopped, you know, they said, we're going to give y'all another job. So they sent me to Argo. You heard of Argo starch?
Yes.
They make that skippy peanut butter, Hillman mayonnaise. So they sent me out there, and the guy, and that was one of the better paying jobs in the state of Illinois. And then they sent me to school.
Was it better than Alcoa?
Yeah, it paid about 30 cents more. Plus
How long did you work for Alcoa?
about a year and a half
Okay.
before they closed up. 2 years, yeah, 71, 70, yeah, because they had stopped making them. They had done stopped making them the artillery shells there. And then they gave me this other job, and so I stayed on this other job. And they sent me to school to be a millwright. You know, maintenance millwright.
Okay.
You know, some people don't know what a millwright is. You know,
Oh, I know.
a millwright is in it fixing and fix anything in the you know, help.
In the shop.
That's right. So they sent me to school. So I had I had taken a little welding and all that stuff, you know. So I knew all that, you know.
You would run the press and the lathe and all
Right.
that?
I mean, they learned me how to, see, they sent you to school. They would send you to college at night. They were paying for it. Then you work at OJT on the job training during the day.
What was the company?
Argo.
Argo.
There was CPC International. There was Argo Starch, you know. And then them trains are coming out with all that sugar. I mean, all that corn from, you know, and then they'll take that corn and make sugar out of it.
Oh, okay.
Enzyme. And that drip you get in the hospital,
Cornstarch.
that drip you get in the hospital, they make that too.
Oh, yeah.
They made enzyme, man, they made.
How long did you work for Argo?
24 years.
24 years.
Well, yeah, 24, because they gave me army time.
Oh, 3 years?
Yeah, they gave me army time. And so that made my retirement come in. They said, you know, if you've been in the service, you know, you get, you know, that time
You got
too.
credit for the 3 years you were in. You were in for 3 years?
Yeah, so I got 27 years credit. And so when I got that, I came down Mississippi.
Came up.
Came
Left
back
and came on.
And then after I did that, I joined the National Guard. And I stayed in the National Guard until I got 60 years old. I went to, in 1991, I supposed to been going to, we supposed to been going to Iraq. But
In 91?
we didn't get no further than Texas and California. Because thing, you know.
Yeah.
And we really didn't know what was going on, you know what I'm talking about. And people done wise up now, you know. They know what's going on.
Well, some people have, not all. A lot of
Because,
people still in the dark.
Yeah, but they don't want to wise up either.
Yeah.
Because what they doing is just a cover up. That's what it is now.
Yeah.
If there had been I bet that have been a Democrat. That joker been impeached a long time ago. What do you think? I mean, you know.
I think so too. Yeah. Well, that's his own private war.
That's right. I mean, you go back to the 60s. I'm just going to take it back to the 60s. Not the 50s, but the 60s. Cruise ship.
Who?
Remember cruise ship?
Oh, yes.
It was Castro, Hussein, and all them other guys over them countries, you know.
Yeah.
They was all working for the CIA.
They paid him.
That's right.
Sure.
And see, here's a guy. You've been doing this job for 50 years. You know, here I've been doing this job for 50 years. And then you're going to come in and tell me you're going to kick me out. You know, that's the way old man Bush is going to do Hussein. Going to kick him out, you know. You know, and then after 9/11, you know, this is my thing here now. Where if you was a president and all that, and you knew somebody called you and said, look, we gonna bomb them Twin Towers, and if you say anything about it, then we're gonna kill your wife, your children, you know. So what you can do? You're gonna shut up, ain't you? Right?
Yeah.
Or either, either another way, you know, just like I said, we're gonna bomb them. But if you tell the United States, if you put it on the air, it'll be a chaos with it. So so they couldn't tell nobody, right? They had to sit on it. Then here come the planes, bam, boom, bam, right?
Yeah.
And then when that happened, it was Bin Laden. All right, we're gonna go get Bin Laden. Then all of a sudden, I ain't heard Bin Laden name mentioned no more because it was
In a long time.
Yeah, it was Hussein. Let's get Hussein. You know, because this is a grudge. Yeah, he done, done something to my daddy. You know.
Yeah. He threatened to kill his father.
Yeah, and let's get Hussein. You know.
That's why it's his private war.
Yeah, and then he's saying.
And look at all the people he got killed.
Yeah, and he's talking about weapons of destruction, weapons of this, and all that kind of stuff.
He never found none.
That's right. And then he's saying that here we go. We got Hussein killed all them folks, right? Look how many people he done got killed. Now, we could try him for that.
Yeah.
I mean, just think.
I think about it all the time, Bob. I really do. I was in the Korean War. I went into 1951. War. All my whole life. One war or another. That's true, yeah.
But you take, now he gonna try this Hussein for killing folks that wasn't none of his business. If you take care of your country, then let me run mine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then he gonna go there and he gonna set up everything just like he wanted to be set up. That's a bunch of hogwash, man.
Yes. Now the people are just getting tired.
Yeah.
Just beginning to get tired.
Yeah, when you look, Easter, I never will forget Easter. They said President Bush and his family is enjoying Easter at Camp David. Okay, or at the ranch, one of the two.
Yeah, right.
Okay, and I say, what about them people with their kids in the same age that Bush children? Why can't they?
Enjoy summer life.
Yeah, these people here losing their kids over there every day.
Every day.
Every
day. And it's costing this country billions of dollars.
That's right. And then they raised it up from 250,000 to 400,000. For every kid, to get killed.
Billions.
That's something.
I mean, we don't know how much they spend.
Or
where the money comes from.
And what's the budget now? How much he done spent on this now?
Yeah. We don't know.
That's right.
All right, Bobby Talbert.
I got some papers on how much they spent in '91 you know, all the National Guard they sent over
Yeah, right.
from all over the United States,
Mhm.
how much each one of them got paid and how much, the National Guard, excuse me, the National Guard had a booklet made with all the National Guard, how many troops went over,
Yeah.
how much was spent on each, each one of them, companies,
Mm.
and, like New Jersey, Mississippi, and New York, Texas, they spent some money, man, back then.
Yeah, they did.
And then the time he got there, and long as Carter, what his name, not Carter, but, Clinton, long as Clinton was in there,
Yeah.
everything was smooth. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm.
But and soon as his son got right back in there, his daddy, Clinton, him, his son, and then his son wanted to get revenge. But he had waited a long time to get that revenge in. That's why they pulled that stuff in Florida before he could get him in there, before he could do that.
Oh, yeah.
His brother was,
Yeah, and as soon as he got in there, he went after Hussein.
Hussein. I mean, the first day.
Yeah.
That's right.
These people just now realize that he had contrived this, he had planned this. He had planned to do this when he first got elected.
But like his mother that was sitting on this, in Texas at the ranch, she was outside the gate of the ranch. Now she got about 100 folks out there now.
Yeah, Sheehan's, I think that.
Yes, and her mother had a stroke, so she had to leave and go back to California somewhere. Her son got killed,
Yeah.
And these people, they saying, well, he was in the line of duty and this and that, it was, I can't see it, man. Can't see it. What time is it?
It is 1:30, Bob.
Well, that's long enough, ain't it?
That's good enough. And I do appreciate it, man.
All right.
Huh?
I couldn't think of nothing else right now.
That's all right. You thought of enough. You thought of plenty. And I appreciate it.
All right.
And we'll be talking.
All right.
We're going to have that conference, and it's going to be in, I guess it's going to be in March. We thought it would be in October, but I think that
They ain't gonna have it this year?
they're not going to have it till
That's the one you talking about, that Hollis was talking about?
Yes, right. Yeah. See that little red button in the back there, Bobby? Press that little red button in the back phone.
Red button right here.